Hello, and thank you for joining the Washtenaw County Road Commission's virtual construction information meeting regarding the 2024 countywide resurfacing program. My name is Emma Sharp, and I'm a communications associate here at the Washtenaw County Road Commission. This morning, I'm going to go over some housekeeping items before turning it over to staff for a presentation about the projects, and then we will open up the meeting for your questions. Joining me in this virtual meeting is Project Manager of Design and Construction, Mike Bernbeck, as well as Senior Project Manager of Design and Construction, Nate Murphy. The meeting audio and video is being recorded, and it will be posted to the project webpage on wcroads.org in the next day or two. After the presentation, you will be asked to virtually raise your hand during the Q&A, and I will provide instruction at that time on how to do this from either your computer, the Zoom app, or your touch-tone phone. The chat feature for this meeting is turned on. If you have a question during the presentation, feel free to ask it in the chat and we will address it during the Q&A period. You can find the chat window at the bottom of your screen. If you would like to turn on closed captions, click on the three dots labeled More located at the bottom of your screen. Okay, and the floor is yours, Mike.
Good morning. I'm Mike Bernbeck. I'm the project manager for the 2024 road millage and MTF funded road projects, resurfacing, I should say, projects. So we've got a few visuals to show you, and then we'll get into the two types of surface treatments we will be conducting and what roads we'll be conducting them on. So we'll go to the next slide. Emma. Oh, there we go. Yeah, here's sorry, I'm first time this year for the meetings. I'm showing you the our 2024 HMA resurfacing projects for the overall for the county, and you will see road segments in various colors, and that corresponds to the funding sources for those projects, and you can find those on the right-hand side of the map. Those sources are the millage that it was a countywide voted 3-4 years ago now for specific roads, and these are the roads for the 24 season. We also have the federal buyback program, which is a deal that with the state of Michigan and some of our federal aid projects that had been set up that way, we have received the money to do the roads with that money. And then and finally, we have the MTF millage or mileage jobs. Those are the jobs that come from the gas and weight taxes. And you'll see that we do have one of those, and that's over in Freedom Township. So the schedule wise, our resurfacing program will begin on Monday. Well, actually, I apologize, that one did get dropped for right now for Sharon Hollow. We're scheduling issues with our contractor. So our first job will be for Parker Road, which we have a road closure for that, and that goes from Sile Church to Liberty. We expect this job to be about a 2-week job where we'll discuss that tentatively. We'll discuss that in the next slide. So we have two types of resurfacing, and we have 4 jobs this year that fall in the category of pulverizing and resurfacing. The method that we use is bring in a large pulverizer that will chew up the existing road surface, getting into the a little bit of the gravel base to mix it up so we have a fresh aggregate surface to pave on. And once here's the picture of a pulverizer. It's not the one that is coming to us, but it's the same theory. You can see how we grind up the existing pavement. It comes out the back as aggregate, a surface that will be grading and compacting and watering. So we'll keep the dust down. And then we move into the resurfacing portion of the job. And this is the asphalt paver. In a new road, we have two lifts. One is a 2-inch base, and then we have a 2-inch top course to put on, and that creates the new road that the traveling public will use. Now we'll discuss the pulverizing projects that we have taking place. The first project is Parker. I'm just reading some notes. I apologize. The project is funded through. So this is a millage job, and we have some MTF money involved in it as well. And sticker price is $471,000. And the road is closed with a detour, which we'll show you in a moment. And like I say, we're looking for about a 2.5 week closure on this. The detour for Parker Road will be south from people wanting to go north will be coming up Parker to east on Sile Church Road, north on Zeeb. And then you can either go, if you need to go back to the west, you'll go down Jackson Road to Parker, and you can come in from the north there. We are going to start just south of the west leg of Liberty Road. So those that use Liberty Road, you will be outside of the construction zone at that point. So for your reference. Our next one is Hogback Road. And we will be pulverizing and resurfacing and milling Hogback Road between Washtenaw and Clark Road, Pittsfield Township. This project is funded through the Michigan Transportation Fund in 2021-24 millage dollars with a cost of $359,000. And this project will require the road to be closed and detour will be provided. And this is going to be about a 2-week job as well. We always have to throw in the weather factor. Here, the detour route for Hogback Road. Residents can take Clark Road to Gulfside and Washtenaw Avenue. We will have a hard closure at Washtenaw, so which means we will have barricades strung across all 5 lanes. So we will have an opening at Clark Road for you to come in, and that will help us deal with the traffic that we will be affecting through this job. So, but that is if you need to come in, you need to come in from the north end. The next one will be Dixboro. The next pulverization is Dixboro Road, Hogback, Dixboro, and then we'll show 7 Mile. Those all will start after school lets out. We try not to cause undue concerns for students to get to school. So we'll be pulverizing and resurfacing Dixboro Road between Plymouth and M14 in the townships of Ann Arbor and Superior. This project is funded again through the Michigan Transportation Fund and our current millage program with a price tag of $511,000. This project again will be about 2.5 weeks, weather permitting. And once again, this is it's a hard closed road. So we do have a detour route to show you. This one's kind of lengthy, but it's necessary to we set our detour routes up on hard surface roads, and that takes care of concerns of dust and safety on the gravel roads. So please keep that in mind, that our detour routes take that into effect. So some can be long for that reason. And lastly, we have 7 Mile Road between between Pontiac Trail and Angle Road in Salem Township. This project again is funded through the Michigan Transportation Fund and the millage, costing $568,000. And once again, it's the whole crushing of the existing surface and paving, grading and paving. The project requires a closure and detour route. Which you can see is Pontiac Trail, 6 Mile over to Angle, and Angle back up to the 7 Angle intersection. During these road closures, access will be maintained for any residents who live or work specifically within the closure, or any businesses that are on the road. Your customers can make it to you. There are times during the resurfacing projects where equipment may be blocking your personal driveway. If you need to coordinate area access to your personal driveway paving operations, please reach out to me or get the attention of our crews so we are able to accommodate you. And we are just asking, a lot of times we're just asking you for a couple minutes so that we can move equipment around and make the area easily accessible for you to get out or get into your residence. Our next, now we'll discuss the mill and resurfacing projects that we have taking place in 24. The milling is, we take upwards of 2 inches of ash of the existing road surface, and it's like a planing of the road, and then we go ahead and place our a fresh new 2 inches of asphalt for the road surface. This type of resurfacing is performed on roads in pretty good condition, just meaning the base is stable and does not need to be redone just yet. This is the operation. You can see in the forefront, the lanes that have been milled. That's the surface next to the existing surface where the machine's working right now. Then we'll go, there's the milled surface, and then now we're placing the new asphalt on, which is another, like I said, is 2 inches of fresh material. The next road we have is Sharon Hollow Road in Manchester and Sharon Township. And as I said, we're working on scheduling of these jobs that we work with with our contractor on availability of equipment and so forth. So that's where our scheduling sometimes goes haywire. We'll discuss how you can keep up with us in a later slide here. This project is a mill and fill and roughly $439,000. We'll have daily lane restrictions with the use of the flagging operation and traffic control people. And we just ask for your cooperation with those working those hard spots on our jobs. We have Schneider Road, Bridgewater and Freedom Township, and that has the Michigan Transportation Funds as well as millage at a cost of $782,000. You can see the prices change a little bit. Some jobs are a mile long, some can be upwards of two miles long, thus the change in price. But that's how it's set up. So we also have Platte Road. That's a resurfacing, and if you look in the millage funding, it was scheduled for between Textile and Ellsworth Road. Over the past few years, we've had updates to a lot of the southern piece off north of Textile. So we're going to catch up to where that work has been done. We're going to take it up to and through the Ellsworth intersection. It's also, we have Michigan Transportation Funds as well as the millage money for $658,000. This will be done with a lane restriction operation. Our next one is Sile Church Road between Zeeb and Wagner. That job, will be the one thing with that is, like I said, the road's set up to do intersection, but when we get down to the Zeeb Road area, we're going to stop short because we have a roundabout in the schedule for next year. So we're going to enter into that area a little bit, but we don't want to put good funds for this year that be just pouring up for next year. Once again, this is funding from the Michigan Transportation and federal money. Well, it's a millage job, excuse me. Oh, I'm looking at a different slide. I'm sorry. So, but for Sile Church, we'll be working from Wagner to just short of Zeeb. We'll go from there. Miller, am I on Miller Road, Emma?
Nope, right now you're on North Territorial Road.
Oh, okay, here we go. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. North Territorial Road is a mill and fill that is from the east side of Webster Church Road to the through the Hellner Road intersection, and also a little piece of North Territorial between Whitmore Lake and the gas station east of Whitmore Lake Road. This is a overlay project, and it has Michigan Transportation Funds and additional federal money. And the price tag is $831,000. We're going to have a lane restriction and flagging operation for that project. So then we have, I've spoken about Platte Road. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. So we're down to Miller Road. We'll have, we're going to be doing Miller from east of Wagner to the M14 or the city line. It is a mill and fill with a price tag with Michigan Transportation Funds and federal aid money of $239,000. This is again a mill and fill, which is a lane restricted operation with flaggers involved. So just need to keep the people within the operation safe, if you would, please. Huron River Drive. This is in Ypsi Township, where we're going from Huron River Drive, from Huron Road to Textile Road. This is a Michigan Transportation Fund and federal aid money. A price tag of $1.2 million. This is a mill and fill project as well, with lane restrictions as we're working through them. Traffic impact. During construction, our mill and resurfacing jobs will be performing under lane restrictions and flagging operations. Access will be maintained for residents who live or work within the project limits. However, again, please just be aware that there may be times where equipment for resurfacing may be blocking your driveway or the entrance into a subdivision. As I stated before, please reach out to me or the road workers on site to coordinate any important accommodations you may require, such as a doctor's appointment or such, that we'll make sure that we'll help you through that. As the project manager, I also ask that you pay special attention to our flaggers, as they are the eyes and ears of our work zone and help keep both the workers and drivers, motorists safe throughout the construction zone. So please follow their traffic directions and drive with caution through the work zone. At the end of the day, we would like everyone to make it home safely, commuters, residents, and workers alike. Please remember that work zones are the offices of our road workers. You should drive through the work zone like it was your brother or uncle out there performing the construction. So take it slowly and be ready for sudden stops. Here's my contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions or concerns that you may have regarding the resurfacing program. And I will now turn it back over to Emma.
Awesome. Okay. So now I'm going to take just a second and I'm going to show you guys how to find more information on our website. Okay, so I've just opened a regular internet browser, just gone to Google, and I've typed in our web address, which is WCRoads.org. Once you get to our homepage, you'll see this like top bar. It's like a menu bar, and you can hover your mouse over the roadwork and construction tab. If you click on current projects, you'll be taken to our current projects webpage. Here you'll be able to see like an interactive map of all the projects that we have taken place throughout the county. You can zoom in or just click on an individual project and find more information that way. Or you can scroll down and you can find individual project tiles for each project that we have taking place. So for example, I'll go into the 7 Mile Road Resurfacing project. So if you go into the project webpage, you'll be able to see a small map of the project limits. You'll be able to see the actual project limits written out in case you're confused. The description of work, the traffic impact, and the funding sources. You'll also be able to see Mike's contact information here on each one of his project web pages. You'll be able to see things in the helpful links section, including like the detour maps. And under latest updates, this is where I'm going to recommend for people to pay attention for when they're going to get notified about projects starting. So this will be where our road advisories show up. This will be where our project updates show up, and you'll be able to get progress updates about the project itself. If you want to receive notifications straight to your email regarding either the advisories or the project updates, I would highly suggest clicking on this subscribe to project updates button. Here you can enter in your personal information. You can sign up for individual townships that you're interested in receiving updates on. You can sign up for, say, like just road closures or just lane restrictions. You can sign up for the weekly roadwork schedule, which all of the work that we've discussed during this presentation will be included on. And then you can sign up for individual projects as well. Okay. So now we will open the presentation up to your questions. If you are viewing the meeting on your computer, first make sure to click audio. You can then raise your hand by clicking the participants or the reactions button at the bottom of your screen, and then the raise hand button at the bottom right of your screen. If you dialed into the meeting from your touch-tone phone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. As the meeting host, I will unmute participants with raised hands one at a time. I will announce your username or the last 4 digits of your phone number when it's your turn to speak. We are happy to answer as many questions as possible, but please just be respectful of each other's time. If your question is answered before you are called on, you can lower your hand by clicking the lower hand button or by dialing *9. Okay, so I will allow people to gather themselves to think of any questions they might have. Like I said, feel free to raise your hand or send it in the chat. I know that I've received a few questions in the chat already, so I will read out a question that I got from Kathleen. She said, will residents living along road closure projects receive notice prior to the project starting? What will be the route for residents to get home? So as you said before, Mike, each project will be a little different depending on how residents can get access if they live inside those closure limits. That's right?
That's correct. Also, we will be putting up message boards within 2 weeks of when we're starting the job, which will have the date of the road closure. So that information will be there at the end of the road each day. And like I said, you will be able to access your road or your house as soon as we can physically get there. If we happen to have the paver in front of your driveway, when you get there, we might ask you for a couple moments to get through there to make it safe for you to enter your driveway. But you should make it with no problem.
Perfect. And for outside of the digital signs, I'll show you guys too where you can actually find the weekly roadwork schedule on our website. So say you go to our homepage and you would just like to see the schedule of any roadwork that we have taking place during the week. You can go to the roadwork and construction tab and you can go to the weekly roadwork schedule. Here we have road work taking place on primary and local roads. We'll have both like road maintenance, just maintenance that our crews are performing on any road in our county, plus large projects. So we update this schedule every single Thursday. So if say on Friday, you're trying to plan out your week and you need to know if a project is starting, I would highly suggest checking this schedule. Or like I said, sign up for the road subscription advisories, and you can receive all our updates straight to your email. Okay. Okay, I see some more questions coming into the chat. Carla Butters said, thank you, this was great. Is the North Territorial Road project going to be performed after the intersection of Webster Church Road project?
Yes, it is. Thank you for bringing it up. That's a good point. That one is on hold until we have Webster Church Road back open. And sorry, but it's just the nature of our job. We can't have both jobs happening at one time. So yes, so thank you for that question.
Okay. Okay, I see that we have some more coming in as well.
Well, while we're waiting, here's a little trivia fact that we're scheduled right now to place 33,672 tons of asphalt in this program this season. So we're putting a lot of material down, which is a good thing.
Okay, awesome. David Feldman asked, what are the hours of the days for the crews? Generally speaking, when we move to summer construction, our crew workers tend to work 10-hour days. Is that accurate of the other construction crews that will be working on these resurfacing projects, Mike?
No, we're dealing with a Cadillac asphalt. There are contractor of record for this project, and they work, depending on what we're doing, it could be 5 10-hour days or 6 10-hour days. They generally work Monday through Saturday, but it's all depending on what we're doing and when we start. So
Awesome. Okay. Carla was also asking about any potential resurfacing projects that we have taking place on Washtenaw Road. That is not a road that we as the county commission have jurisdiction over, Carla. If you have any questions about improvement projects on Washtenaw Avenue or M17, reach out to the Michigan Department of Transportation. You can call them by dialing the number 810-227-4681. They're going to be responsible for any improvement projects that are taking place on MDOT roads. Okay, and then I do see that we have one hand raised by Brenda. I will ask you to unmute yourself now, Brenda.
Thank you. This is great. I appreciate all the updates. On the, my question is that I have on Huron River Drive, we had asked to have non-motorized, and that's not on this plan. And I don't know if you'll look at coming back and maybe put non-motorized path on Huron River Drive.
That'll be something that's separate from this resurfacing program. I know that we do have some non-motorized projects taking place. We do have one on Huron River Drive, just not on the section that we're actually resurfacing right now. But if you look at the Washtenaw County Parks and Recreation website, there's also a website called Border to Border. You can see all the non-motorized projects that are taking place here in Washtenaw County.
Yeah, thank you. I did look at that, and this is MTF, which is federal funds, correct?
No, actually MTF is Michigan Transportation Funds, which are they're funded through taxes that you get from your gas consumption taxes, and then fees that you pay for your license and registration fees.
So there's no millage money on that then, per se. Is that fair?
For Huron River Drive, Huron River Drive looks like a federal buyout project. And Mike, can you say anything else about the funding specifically for Huron River Drive?
well, the jobs that are in this contract are just preventive maintenance jobs. They are not expansion jobs. So we only work with the asphalt that's there. So
Okay.
so you'll have to, it'll be another funding source for you, Brenda, in the future.
All right.
I would imagine.
And the other, I heard some residents talk about the roundabout that's going to occur on Willis and Whitaker roads, and the timing of that with the Bemis Road, which isn't on the. You didn't talk about Bemis either.
Yeah, well, those are their own separate contracts with through the engineering department. And this job is through the engineering department, but it's strictly with using the roads that were on the millage that was voted in by the public. So
yes,
there's just different funding sources and different projects all together.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, Mike, that this is all preventative maintenance that was decided years ago, and the projects that you're speaking of, Brenda, we've actually already held virtual public information meetings on both of those projects. You can go on our website and you can click on the project pages for both projects that you're talking about, and you can watch all the recorded videos that we've posted on the project page.
Asked me about it, and I just wanted to bring that up here because it's two projects pretty close together, and I'm glad they're being done. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to bring that up at this meeting. And Wired Road was on the 2024 road millage project, and it's not in Ypsilanti Township from I-94 to US 12, I think it was. And that's not on I can't find that anywhere on the website, on any of the material. And I was just wondering.
Well, Brenda, this is Bren, and I can talk to you later about all of our projects that are in your area, but Wired Road is actually a chip sealed project. And that would be on our overall 2024 project map. And I can, so Brenda, I can, and I know we're overdue for a meeting with your township, but I can definitely touch base with you and we can update you on all the projects that are within your area.
Okay, why isn't it on the website though?
It would be on the website. Let me confirm that.
It's on there, maybe.
It should be listed as a chip seal project.
I'll look for it then. I was
Okay,
just-
okay. Yeah, again, I'd have to dig to
That's
find
just
it.
one Justin area, SJ 40 area, and it's a horrible road. I think it needs more than chip seal, but if it's on your website, I will find it.
Okay, yeah, I'm not putting my finger on it, but I'm almost positive it's on the website, and
Thank you.
it would be under our seal coat. Yeah. So if you go on our website, I don't know if you want to show that on our website. If you go to our project map, and then there's a category called seal coat, and under that is all of our seal coat projects, and Wired's listed under that.
Yeah, I found it,
Great.
but
Yeah, Adam, I see you have your hand raised, so I'll ask you to unmute yourself.
Hello. Yeah, I pulled up the website. If you go to our current projects, Wired Road does come up as a chip seal, just to kind of help. And that's performed by the operations department, Brenda.
I think it needs more than chip seal, but that's all my comment is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have any more questions? I want to ask the co-hosts in this meeting to check their chats to make sure that nobody sent them any direct messages. I'm not seeing any additional messages here in my chat. And I'm not seeing anyone with their hand raised.
I'm not seeing any on my end.
Awesome. Well, if we are all set then here, it looks like we're ready to end this meeting. Thank you so much for joining the Washtenaw County's Road Commission Virtual Construction Information Meeting regarding the 2024 Countywide Resurfacing Program. Just once again, I will show you guys Mike's contact information. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to him or just visit our website. His contact information is on each one of the project web pages. Thank you so much for joining and have a great day, guys.